Welcome back. Now let's get into the program in earnest. We're going to begin by looking at the change we need. President Buhari has described the new national orientation program, Change Begins With Me, as a determination of his administration to carry all Nigerians along on the journey to a better and greater society that everybody can be proud of. He says we must embrace attitudinal change both in our public and private life, and we must shun reckless behavior. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Now, we have a development analyst in the studio, Mrs. Juliet Benitier. Good morning.
Good morning.
And we are still expecting Mr. Chido Wakama to join us, as well as Binta Sulaiman, who will be joining us from our studio in Abuja. But we'll have to make do with what we have. Mrs. Benitier is here with us. Now, tell us, when you heard about this Change Begins With Me, what were the thoughts that went through your head?
Well, it's my pleasure to be here this morning again, and I'm excited. Why am I excited? I'm excited because it's a realization. The country is realizing that change is not just a word. Change is a process. And everybody's realizing that this change matter is a serious business. Because for us in the Institute for National Transformation, that's what we do. By 2014, we launched a change matter. We call it the change, be the change you want to see. And we took it to the youths. We took some youths to Israel, training them on both entrepreneurship and national transformation. And so I'm excited that the nation, through maybe what the information minister, honorable information minister, was able to go through the country, and he had the feeler that something is not well. But you know, it's so remarkable that when I heard it, I'm looking forward to government beginning the change movement. Government taking responsibility. Nowhere in the world you make a demand on the public without first explaining it by the policies and lifestyle.
So you show the way.
You show the way.
Okay.
I mean, they have promises that have been made. We're entering almost 2 years now, going to a year plus. They need to take responsibility. The House of Assembly, the upper and the lower house, must take responsibility. If this change is what we really want to push through, leadership must begin and take responsibility. And it doesn't take a lot of people to make change. Margaret Mead said it. It doesn't take too many people to make change. Change is a commitment. So if this government wants change, we are in for it, and it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, what kind of things are you expecting to see from government? Because like in the opening, I was, Nyota and I were discussing, and I was saying to him, we don't seem to have seen any actions from the side of government, which would now tell the people, yeah, okay, I see they've done this. And that means that they're serious. So let us key into it and also begin to make changes to our own ways and our own attitudes.
Well, for me, the president and his team, they need to sit down. I believe he has to show that change by his attitude, by his postures and his responses. Well, I've had issues.
Well, they say he's got that already.
No, the
body language.
I mean, there's nothing. Body language won't work here. We want action language. We don't need body language. We need action. And the president's personality as an ex-military officer gives him also a position to understand discipline. And we've done a study over 8 years to realize people like Jim Collins made a statement that what would move a nation forward, an organization forward, is having disciplined people who have disciplined thoughts with disciplined action. And under the disciplined people, it's amazing that Jim Collins came up with a discovery that disciplined people starts with a level 5 leader, meaning that a leader is not first what. There were 7 questions. So what is the most important questions? That most of us will say what we need to do, where we need to go, how we need to do it. No, Jim Collins says who. Who is the critical question?
In parentheses, who is Jim Collins?
Jim Collins is a professor who did a research with Stanford University in America on finding how organizations can move from good to great. Say that the enemy of greatness is you think you're good. So Nigerians need to realize that greatness that we are desiring starts with our leadership. Jim Collins said there's a level 5 leader that does not look outward, blaming everybody, but takes responsibility inward and builds a team. But the key thing he says here is that you need to put the right people on the right seat. Then he now said, you need to get the wrong people off the bus. One of the crises that we have in Nigeria is mediocrity. We have people who have no business being in certain places because they have no knowledge. So when you're talking about change, because the president came on the high wind of change, the elite class clamored together that said something was wrong with PDP. We all agreed and we wanted change. So in coming in, we expected that you had an agenda. Mm-hmm. And first and foremost, based on your criteria, because there were a lot of things that were argued, oh, he can't be president today. People say, oh, he's a disciplined man, he's not corrupt. Beautiful. That key that you have, discipline, is the first rule of the law to move an organization forward. Mm-hmm. How do you now implement that? By your own attitude, by your own words, by your choices, by following the Constitution. Where the Constitution has an issue, bring it into a public debate, let it be dealt with, let it be turned around. By selling off those planes that we do not need, by the excessive lifestyle of having big vehicle. In America, your lifestyle doesn't match your salary. They will come after you.
Straight.
So we have too many people's lifestyle does not match their income. What is government doing about it? There are a lot of estates in Abuja. As far as I'm concerned, they should turn them to prisons. We need more prisons. We don't have enough. Because if we must discipline people, we need to lock them up.
Mrs. Benite,
yes.
Okay, but let's come back a little bit.
Yeah.
The change we need. There is a social side of life.
Yes.
There's the economic side of life. There is a political side of life. Let's look at Nigeria in these different spheres. Let's begin from, we've heard the president talk about the change.
Yeah.
So let's start, I don't know whether we should start from the change we need in the political side, or let's start from the social.
Even leadership.
Because even the leadership cuts across.
I agree with you.
So let's start from the social. From the individual Nigerian, what's that change we need? Because everyone leads at their level.
Yes. One of the things we have realized, there's another discovery we made, that a nation is not great because of their natural resources, but a nation is great because of the wealth of their values. That's Professor Anigbogu research that we have done over the years. But look at it. Our value system has a problem. One of the greatest challenges in Nigeria today is a lack of patriotism. Our values, the way we treat even the country, whether it's at the leadership level or followership level, there's at the followership level, it's important for us to realize that there is a crisis of values. As Nigerians, at the social level, the way we even treat one another. I mean, all of us, whether you are a Muslim, a Christian, whoever, we understand that one law. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. We don't love each other. There is strife in the country. I was on set on the Wednesday when the presidential announcement was made on channels here. And I said, whoever will win this election, whoever becomes president, has one major job. Priority is to unite the country, is to deal with the issues of values. We are overly divided. The moment maybe they put you in appointment, because I'm from another sector, we all argue because we do not have criteria for appointments. So in the social sector, we have hospitals asking for bribe to treat you in the public hospital. We have police issues on the highway, taking money from people. On the social sector, we have teachers refusing to teach. Parents are paying teachers so that their children can pass exam.
Okay, we'll take a moment and we'll come back. We'll continue with the social sector for change. Yes. Back, don't go away.